212 Attack Battalion then. They're orange and fruity and not very varied. This should be all of them. And if any of you smartasses are going to say, whoa, technically you don't have this, I will bring it out after I've done it. Okay? So you can save your probably warranted criticism. Now, seeing as there's not going to be too many figures to cover as the ranks are being padded out by the same fucking figure, I will start with that culprit. Now I'm going to choose a better condition one to show you. Put him more centre in the field of view, and my first ever clone trooper figure. Yes, this is my first ever clone trooper figure, and unlike JCC2224, I am not lying. This is my first one. There is a video of me holding this up when I'm like 5 years old. It is incredibly embarrassing, and whoever has seen that video is hopefully dead now. So, this is, once again, for like the 7th fucking time, the same mould, with the ball-jointed head, and the ball-jointed shoulders, and the ball-jointed elbows, and the swivel wrists, and the ball-jointed torso, and the swivel hips, and the ball-jointed knees, and the ball-jointed fucking ankles. It gets a bit repetitive after a while, did you know? Did you know? It's enough to make you go fucking insane. From the back, you can see just how some of these figures can just discolour. I mean, it's not very consistent, but there you go. I bought this one new, not new, well, whoever had it took better fucking care of it than I did, but obviously when you have a figure when you're very young, because you are a bit of a fucking idiot when you are about 5 years old, and you do prolong them to too much light exposure, that happens. Let's move on to another uneventful, well, not particularly interesting one, in my opinion, the only one that matters, definitely, but the AT-AT driver, the Order 66 set that you see go for really fucking cheap prices. It seems like people really don't want this one. I like this figure. It's a 212 Attack Battalion AT-AT driver. The lazy twats at Hasbro just painted some orange on it and said I just called it a day. So there you go. It has a ball-jointed head, ball-jointed shoulders, ball-jointed elbows, swivel waist. Yes, combination of words. Swivel waist, swivel hips, ball-jointed knees, and ball-jointed ankles. He can't fucking hold any guns apart from his designated whatever the fuck that gun is. I couldn't be asked getting it out, so there you go. Look for another video to see what he, or look at the Rebel Scum photos or Jedi Business photos or any websites that don't contain pornography with Star Wars figures. And after that really awful joke and the awkward transition into the Airborne Trooper. This guy, he's not my favourite, that's a 501st. He's not particularly rare. I mean, he's not like Keller or the 187th Attack Battalion or Mace Windu's Attack Battalion. I'm going to make a video on that, on all the variations. I don't have a massive fucking army of them. Now, this guy, apart from having like these, look like shotgun shells, bit useless when you've got long-range lasers, but he's got very good weathering on him. He looks like he has crawled through shit or mud. He may have pulled an Andy Dufresne. He may have, but apart from that, this figure has a lot of accessories. It comes packed. Get the carded version. Get a load of that, knobheads. The carded version, obviously, this is what he comes with. He comes with a rifle. He has a Star Wars handbag. I'm going to copyright that phrase. He has a helmet, obviously removable. He has that same Tamara Morrison head sculpt that they used on the ARC Troopers, I'm sure of it. But because the helmets don't erode the eyebrows and make him look like some weird prison convict, because I don't think it's as tight around the head, because if you look, the chin can kind of sometimes show. But apart from that, his articulation, he has a ball-jointed head, ball-jointed shoulders, ball-jointed elbows, swivel wrists, swivel waist, swivel hips, ball-jointed ankles and ball-jointed knees. I really do like this figure. It's very detailed. The creative bankruptcy of this channel, if you can call it that. Now let's go on to the Lieutenant. Now in my Routine Valor comic pack review, I didn't mention all of the details. I pretty much did, but he has a grappling hook in a modified DC-15A mould, and the very lethargic people at Hasbro, the very moronic individual at Hasbro who probably designed the Lieutenant, because it's a fucking lazy kit bash, forgot to put the orange highlights on the knee pads and the ankle guards. There you go, he just fucking fell over. Deal with it. Now, it's a very good camo. They used it on the ARC Troopers. The ARC Troopers that I covered in that video, and the ARC Trooper Gunner. Obviously his articulation, I covered it before, but it's the same as the Airborne Trooper. Swivel waist, ball jointed head, ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed elbows, swivel wrists, swivel hips, ball jointed ankles and ball jointed knees. Apology for the really inconsistent fucking chronology of my coverage of the articulation. But I don't care, because it's my video. What are you going to do about it? Make your own. Make your own. Anything will be better than this. Now, Commander Cody. I like it. I like it. Obviously, this is the Vintage Collection edition. And they actually got the belt right. But it's still upside down. Thank you, Hasbro. In terms of articulation, incredible. He is just slightly less articulated as Commander Gree, and this is the mould that they did in the early Vintage collections before they just screwed it up, before they made them look like anorexic death camp survivors. Pardon the very morbid comparison, but seriously, there's skin and bones. This is before they did that. Obviously, he's got a bit of girth to him, and his articulation, even though his ball joints at the shoulders are impeded by the kind of like these shoulder pads protrude a bit, so he can't go the full distance. But he does have a ball-jointed head, ball-jointed shoulders, ball-jointed elbows, swivel wrists, ball-jointed torso, ball-jointed hips, ball-jointed knees and ball-jointed ankles. This figure, one of his ball joints on his ankle is really rigid, and from experience I know that means if you move it, it will break off. And that's not good. Not good. Early Vintage Collection, 212 Attack Battalion Trooper. He's the same as all the others, apart from he's got a ball-jointed torso that doesn't go far back as this. Let me show you. Look at that. Fucking limbo with clone troopers, but this one, look at that. He's like his geriatric. It's just a very small revolution. It's for very small motion. Apart from that, he makes up by being able to do the splits. Stand him up and let him do the splits. There you go. No, he's not centered on the camera. Alright, so that's him. Everything is the same apart from he has a ball jointed hips. I think we've covered all the normal ones. Now we get to the special boys, if you want to call them that. Shadow Utapau Trooper. This had 2 releases. One in the Revenge of the Sith line as a Target exclusive, and the other one is a Saga Legends re-release in the 30th Anniversary Collection, Fan's Choice. That was a fucking mouthful. He uses the Attack of the Clones 2003 Super Articulated Clone Trooper mould. Yep, you following still? Have you lost the will to live? I have. He has very good articulation, not as good as the Revenge of the Sith mould, but it's nearly there. Ball jointed head, ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed elbow, swivel wrist, ball jointed torso, swivel hips, ball jointed knees and ball jointed ankles. With his ball joint in the torso, it doesn't go far back as the Revenge of the Sith mould, but I don't understand why they didn't just use the Revenge of the Sith mould, and well, they did, and I will show you. You can have a really good look at one of the nicest looking sealed sets, the Shadow Troopers. Now these, I'm going to pick up the camera, these are some amazing figures. Look at that normal trooper. They use the Revenge of the Sith Super Articulated mould on them, and they use the Evolutions Felucia Trooper mould on the Commander. That bugs me, the fact that his fucking chin is hanging out, but you know, I can't do that little trick that you can do with them. They have grey pistols. There's grey Biker Scout pistols for the Commander. If you want a better look at the box, it says a JediCon 2008 Forces Forever. No, it fucking isn't, because Star Wars is dead now. Exclusive. Shadow Troopers. See if you can read that. Great artwork. Great artwork. And there you go. That's all of them. That is all of them. That should be all of them. If it's not, I'll be very disappointed in myself, because this channel sure can't get any worse. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Don't subscribe if you have any sense of self-preservation, because I'm pretty sure watching these videos is proven to make you lose brain cells. So I hope you didn't enjoy watching. I hope you have a horrible day, and definitely don't check out the next video, which I don't fucking know what I'm going to be doing next. So goodbye. This is the end of the video. I'm going to turn the camera off now.